What's going on, guys? Philip here from BlackBull Markets. Hope you're all doing well. Another day of trading. Want to be looking at a couple of pairs. We've got a request here for WTI, so we'll look at that one first. Want to look at Aussie dollar, EURJPY, and gold. But if we do dive into this video, guys, make sure to smash that like button, click the subscribe button if you guys are interested in learning more about trading and improving your current trading skills. So let's dive into the video and have a look to see what we're having here on the charts. Now, hourly time frame, this is the WTI. We saw obviously this gap. Everything has been gapping to the upside. We saw some major moves in the market with the unrest what is currently going on in the world. Now let's have a quick look at the technical side of things. Obviously we're stuck in this gap. We can see it's actually offering a pretty decent support resistance zone. We can see nice consolidation. We're probably consolidating here until we're breaking out. Now for me personally, won't be looking for any moves inside of that zone until we can pop further high, and obviously we're seeing some all-time highs here on oil. So if we can go further higher, again we're going to be hitting uncharted territory. We have to look at our run numbers, psychological levels for the market, perhaps Fibonacci extensions as well could work for you guys. But if we do go to the downside, obviously we've got some nice support resistance zones we could play into, nice potential targets. We've got here 105 900 mark zone. Again, you guys can see as we reach into these uncertain markets, we do touch on these psychological levels. As the market gets higher and higher past its all-time highs, they start to play out very nicely. So options for WTI to the upside, remember uncharted territory. Make sure we look out for those round numbers. Downside, we have nice zones we could potentially be trading into. Right here, right now is not really a great place to look into. Okay, quick look. Let's have a look at Aussie dollar. That's the other one I want to be looking at. Now, if you guys remember our previous video, we were looking at this beautiful channel moving to the upside. Again, I spoke about reasons why we don't want to be, looking for moves against the channel, because the market could potentially be wicking us out. If we do end up, having positions with stop losses, the market could actually continue on that channel and then stop us out. We did, however, get a nice drop, and as we got a breakout of the zone, we speak about these internal support resistance areas playing out as potential profit targets or even re-entries on the market. If you guys have missed the train, we can see, looking at this sort of structure right over here, we actually did get a nice potential re-entry. The market's starting to reject that zone right now, so we could look for further moves to the downside. Keeping in mind, the further we go down, the more support resistance zones we have. We also have that big gap coming down as well, so this could offer an overall potential target. But keep in mind, of these areas, they could offer us potential targets. Generally speaking, when we trade back into these patterns, we're always looking for the market to kind of come back to the start of that pattern. So wherever that pattern started is where we're looking for the move to go to. So we can also use these zones perhaps as re-entries. Then we can actually get rid of the channel. We could maybe look at Fibonacci's for retracement potential. So we can see if this may be like a 50% retracement or 61.8% retracement. So that would be the other options we'd look for if the market does decide to reject on any one of these zones. All right. EURJPY. Let's have a quick look at that. Now the euro has been falling. We started to slow down a bit. Obviously we've been reaching, looking here at the daily term time frame, zoom it out quickly for you guys a bit. We actually have been reaching some pretty crucial support zones. You guys can see right over here we've had some previous resistance consolidation around this area, and again, like I said, that support, we see some resistance back down over here. So we know the market could have used what's going on currently in the world. We know the eurozone is fairly weak to what's going on. Could have used that momentum to push down, reach these zones, and then now potentially look for rejection. So let's have a look at the candlestick structure on an hourly term time frame to see what we could potentially be looking at. Obviously, move to the downside, we actually could be looking here at a head and shoulders. Now, I don't really care too much where this neckline lies. All I look for is where the shoulders are. If I can get a zone re-entry, it's a fairly common pattern for me. I really enjoy looking at moves for this pattern. So we can see some nice rejection here. So this could look for or start to indicate that moves. The market is looking to go further higher. Support/resistance zones coming up. We can see support, again using it as resistance, 127.740 mark zone. Psychological levels again kicking in. That could be a good target to go further high. We have got a bit of a little hiccup right over here. The market could cause a bit of a trouble, but overall target's going to the upside. Now, obviously as traders, always look at the other side of the picture. There is always a two-sided story to trading. We can't always be completely biased in one direction. If we do break this low, look for the market to continue tumbling to the downside. Use those weekly or monthly support zones to look for potential targets or re-entries or anything like that. Last one we'll be looking at will be gold. Gold has been a fairly favorite. Starting to slow down again. We obviously broke those highs, reaching again at all-time highs. The gold is now touching 2000, major psychological level. looking at these two zones, there's 1980 roughly, and then obviously the 2000 mark zone. So these two major psychological levels, looking to see which one is going to hold out. Chances are, knowing that what gold is and how common gold is and what everyone's looking for, gold is again becoming a safe haven for everyone. We're seeing people run away from crypto, again moving back to gold. So we could potentially see this pop further higher, breaking those all-time highs. But remember, if we break all-time highs, we have to look at round numbers, psychological levels for potential targets, or anything where the market could start to create structure around. However, if we stay in here, again, there's the other side of the story. There are actually three different sides of the story. To the upside, staying on a sideways motion because we are stuck in the zone. Maybe if you guys pop over to the 15-minute time frame, you could potentially, for day traders, when the US market does open, you can look for moves in between these areas. But personally, for me, longer term traders as well, we could look for breakout to the upside. Obviously, to the downside is the option as well. Rejection, pushing further lower. We have some supports coming up. 1941, guys. That's it for this video. Like I said, if you did enjoy it, let us know down in the comments below. If you have any requests, let us know. We'll be happy to do those charts for you too, guys. Stay tuned. Trade safe.